Welcome to the AHR podcast, where we engage in captivating conversations about the built environment and its influence on shaping a more positive future. I'm Amanda Taylor and the Sales Director at AHR. In today's episode, I'm catching up with Reem, this year's recipient of the RIBA AHR Scholarship, and we'll be finding out about her experience of the programme. Reem is just coming to the end of the scholarship now. We've been running the scholarship since 2008. Each year, for a period of 12 months, the scholarship supports one Part 2 architecture student enrolled in a postgraduate degree. Support is focused on students from underrepresented and low-income backgrounds, with a view to increasing diversity in the profession. I'm delighted that Reem has joined us to talk about the scholarship and her experience. Hi, Reem.
Hello, Amanda. Thank you for the introduction.
Very welcome. I thought we could start with you sharing a bit about your experience of the scholarship and how it's been for you. As I said in the introduction, you've been with us for almost a year now, and we've never met in person, but we've met quite a few times on Teams and spoken quite a bit. But you've met a few people within AHR and you've just completed your 4-week work experience in the London office. So, yeah, it'd be great to hear from your perspective about your experience.
So it's been really great experience. I had the opportunity to have mentor meeting sessions during the year while I was studying. So it was a nice experience to be in touch with the industry while studying, because sometimes studying and working are very separate. Having these mentor sessions kind of contributed to my studies as well, and my knowledge, and how I applied this realistic knowledge into my project through the year. And then during my work experience, that was for 4 weeks, and it was really nice to work and assist on a live project and work with the team in the office and bounce ideas and gain more knowledge and experience. My mentor, David, was helpful by providing and putting me in touch with different people who are specialized in different topics. So that was really great.
That's right. You spent a bit of time with Robert Hopkins, who's our head of sustainability and a director in a different office.
Yes.
What were the key areas that he helped you with?
So he helped me with the idea of circular economy, and he also provided me with interesting precedent for reclaiming brick walls, which was very helpful for my project actually at university. So,
fantastic. Yes. So you, as I've said, you're nearing the end of the scholarship, very close to finishing. What have you enjoyed most about really being in that practice environment?
It was really nice to be working with a team and how everybody would bounce ideas off, and just like having the guidance of the architects in the office while I assisted. It was all in all, like I gained different skills on different levels, like teamwork, environmental friendly architecture, working with modular buildings, which I have not experienced before. So that gaining a new experience was the nice aspect, because that experience kind of encapsulates all these other teamworking aspects, gaining new knowledge. So yes, I enjoyed it all.
So that's great, because I know the team have thoroughly enjoyed working with you as well, and I know David has throughout the year.
Thank you.
I know when we spoke right back at the start of all of this, when you first found out you were successful, you were very, very keen on the education side. And then when you chose the London office, more of the projects focus there. They do education work, but a lot of the current projects and the larger projects are around the residential sector. Yeah. How did you feel about going into that and learning about a whole new sector?
It was really nice, because it kind of was an open window for me to have insight to a different sector. And in a way, because it was an internship, and you have people by your side to guide you, it feels a bit like a crash course to the potential of residential sector. So in a way, it kind of inspired me of what I might achieve for next year in my master's, which is beginning end of September, actually, this September. So yeah, it's been really nice. And to see how some of the aspects in education and landscaping of a school also present in a communal landscape of a residential project. So that was
because
nice.
everything interlinks, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And you've got to have an understanding of how one area and one sector might impact another.
Yep. Linking what knowledge I already have or what I acquired so far from my interest in education and linking it to the residential aspect of architecture. So that's been a good experience.
I know we also talked before about maybe splitting your 4-week work experience and doing 2 weeks this year and 2 weeks next summer.
Yeah.
So it fits around your university course. But then you thought, actually, no, let's do it all in one go. Did you feel that was the right decision?
I think so, because it gave me more time to actually be immersed in a project.
And how did you feel working on a live project?
It was really nice, because sometimes I would also attend meetings with the client.
That is one thing that we do try and do.
Absolutely.
Because it's really important that you know, it's a fundamental part of the whole process, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And because it's live, you kind of see the decisions you're making taking shape and a bit of a chain reaction, how different members in the consultancy team as well from the project that I've been working on, how their decisions impact what we are designing.
Good. And what were your main responsibilities on that project?
So I was responsible for assisting with designing the facades of the residential development, also figuring out the brick systems and how delicate changes can make a complete change. And that also related to the idea of heritage of the site and how that linked to the existing buildings on site. With the system we were applying, it minimized the labor, which contributes to kind of being more sustainable.
It's all a balance, isn't it? Between all those different things, and there's no right or wrong, is there? It's just
and like positioning of the windows and avoiding overheating. So that was my responsibility. It's been great.
Sounds fascinating.
Yes.
And you've mentioned David. So David D'Souza, who's one of our directors in the London office, and he was your mentor for the year. And you met pretty regularly, didn't you? Certainly monthly.
Yes.
And sometimes in the office, sometimes over Teams, just to be as flexible as possible with your schedule. What would you say are the main insights that you got from David?
He gave me a lot of insight about working with the community and how to get feedback from people when you are pitching to the client the project. Also, the importance of teamwork and how to keep up the team spirit and work together. We also discussed as well circular economy as well as raw. So we have discussed that before. So yes, it's been great. And he also provided me with precedents for my projects. And we did discuss my project and had a bit of a review for my project during at university. So that's been nice, Been great.
Brilliant. So looking back, what are the real standout moments for you across the whole scholarship?
I think the office experience, because working in that environment with all the lovely people and assisting with the project really felt like a key team player. So it was really nice. It's all been great. It's hard to pick one moment. So
there's so many different aspects to the scholarship, aren't there? Yeah. And there's also, the whole application and interview process as well.
Yeah.
Gives you good experience.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give somebody looking to apply for the scholarship in the future?
I think if you have a passion, express it and speak about it. For example, when it's the interview session, if you get an interview and applying. And if you have a passion in a way that makes you stick out, and think of the interview as an opportunity, even if you don't make it to the end. Think of it as an opportunity to meet people, and because the panel is made up of several architects, it's a very good opportunity to meet and learn from people. So even think of it as a discussion rather than desperately trying to show yourself. So yeah, because if you think about the people in the panel, they have experience and they would be more than happy to share what they know. So that also is, it's a great opportunity to talk. And I met lovely people from the interview.
That's really good to hear. So sort of looking a little bit into the future, from your perspective, where do you see the future of architecture going and evolving? And how do you see initiatives like the RIBA AHR Scholarship fitting into that?
I think it's really nice to see so many scholarships available for architecture and supporting students to encourage more people to come into architecture. It is expensive, of course. But
it is. It's expensive and it's long.
Absolutely. That's why I think it's nice to see the future being more accessible. And when you have more diverse students entering architecture, you have a more diverse architecture coming to life, and more diverse approaches to architecture and diverse way of communicating architecture to clients.
Yeah, I think it's fundamental to the profession and society as a whole. It makes us stronger, doesn't it?
Yes, I think so.
So just finishing up here, so what do you feel are some of the most valuable lessons and insights that you've gained throughout the scholarship?
Circular economy, team working, the importance of modular system, how that contributes to sustainability on various levels, the importance of communication within a team and bouncing off ideas, and how simple details can change a lot in a design.
Yeah, I mean, I'd add as well, seeing from my perspective, you've put a lot of effort in, and, you've wanted, we can offer the mentor and we can offer all the help you like, but, it's a partnership, isn't it? And
absolutely.
You've definitely played your part, and you've been proactive, and you've been absolutely fantastic, and it's been a pleasure through this year, and that's from everybody at AHR.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for being part of it, and we can't wait to see what you go on to achieve, and definitely be keeping in touch.
Yes.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode of the AHR podcast. A big thank you to Reem for joining us and sharing her experience. If you've been inspired by Reem's story, we'll be launching the 2024 scholarship in March, so follow our social channels for the latest announcements and information on how to apply. The successful recipient receives a £6,000 scholarship, mentoring, and 4 weeks paid work experience at one of our UK offices. We hope you enjoyed this episode. You can find all podcast episodes on our website, or you can subscribe via your preferred podcast platform. Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to you joining us again next time.